cage, which made her nose bleed. To put an end to these dreams, her father dug an ice hole in a pond, making her float in the freezing waters to overcome her fear. This stopped the dreams, and for a few months she slept in peace. One day on the school bus, her nose started bleeding when suddenly the bus fell off a bridge because the armed forces shot the driver as a message to all the rich parents of the kids. The driver was already dead, and at first the children were surviving in an air pocket, however one by one they started dying too. Desperate, Prairie swam out through a broken window, but she couldn't make it to the surface and died too. However, as her soul tried to move through a starfield, a guardian figure called Khatun reached for her with a warning. If she chose to live, she'd suffer greatly. Prairie chose to go back and woke up in her father's arms, only to discover she was blind. Afterward, her dad decided to keep her survival a secret so the army wouldn't target her again, and Prairie was sent to a boarding school for the blind in the USA. One day her aunt came to the school with bad news: her father died. Since her aunt didn't have much money, Prairie was taken out of school and had to live with her aunt in a house full of people who didn't know how to take care of the blind. The house was always filled with babies because the aunt ran a private adoption agency, and one day Nancy and Abel showed up looking for a baby. However, when they saw Prairie comforting a crying child, they decided to adopt her instead and changed her name to Prairie to protect her. Prairie's life with her new parents was happy and peaceful. One night, she started sleepwalking while talking in Russian, which then began happening every day. While moving, she would grab knives, so her parents had to hide them. Abel recorded the dream so that he could show a doctor, who explained that Prairie believed her father was still alive and sent messages to her in dreams with his location. The doctor thought Prairie was showing early signs of serious mental illness and suggested some medicine. For 13 years Prairie took that medication, which numbed her but didn't stop the premonitions or the nosebleeds. Even when taking a simple bath, Prairie would relive the trauma of the accident. On her 21st birthday, she had a dream of climbing the Statue of Liberty and finding her dad with a birthday cake. Thinking that was another message, Prairie traveled to New York and waited all day near the statue, but her father never showed up. After a guard asked her to leave because they were